Welcome to the huddle today. So we're gonna go ahead and start out with announcements and recognition. So first of all, happy birthday, Rhiannon.
Thank you so much.
She's working on her birthday. We have a new experienced superstar amongst us. Way to go, Jody.
Thank
Right,
you.
Jody.
We are seeing a slight uptick in registration errors, so please make sure that we are verifying our insurance and patient information. And remember, we want to do that in an active way, right? Not, Rhiannon, are you still at 12345? Rather, Rhiannon, what's your address? Can you give me your phone number? Then we'll make sure it's accurate in our system. And you know the system is moving from one vendor printer to another, and so they're coming today to swap out all the printers. Should be minimal disruption to the clinic, but I just want you all to be aware people will be in the suite. Any other announcements or recognitions? No? Okay. From a workflow perspective, let's just go ahead and get started talking about the day. We have 67 patients today. We have Dr. Miller, Sanchez, and Reynolds in the clinic. Schedules are for the most part really full, but take another look because there's 6 slots left across the week, and I'd like to make sure those are all full. So work together to make sure you're covering your provider and we can get our fill rate up to 100%. Knowing we probably have a no-show rate of about 8%, someone's gonna come off. So we wanna be ready to put people on. And as you can see today, we had one MA call out. So we have a float coming in at 9 o'clock this morning. Sally is going to cover Dr. Smith until 9 a.m. Everybody, does that make sense? We can all partner together. And then we want to stagger our lunches and breaks so that the providers who want to keep going with care, we can continue to support them, but each of you will still, importantly, get your lunch break. All right. From a workflow perspective, we know the robo-nurse near room 1 is down, so we're gonna have to share those devices up and down that hallway. We talked about the open slots. Ensure we're providing pre-visit planning. Sometimes we're finding that we get to the visit and there are things we should have prepared for before the patient arrives. Ideally, we wanna be prepping our charts a week out. I don't know that that's always happening, and we understand, we get busy. But work together with your partners, talk to your supervisor, talk to me, and we'll work on this with you. Pre-visit planning is incredibly important for the patient's care. We don't wanna have to have them come back unnecessarily. And then just as a reminder, we added 3 more new patients to Dr. Smith's template. So we are working really hard to make sure we can get our new patients in. Any questions about that?
When does the template change, take effect? Is that immediate?
Yes, you should be seeing that now. Great question, way to go. How did everything go for you all yesterday? Any challenges operationally, safety, situations that we need to talk about?
We were missing a wheelchair.
Oh,
We don't have a wheelchair in our clinic, and we have to borrow one from the clinic down the hall. And so when the patient got dizzy and needed to go out to the emergency room, we had to go borrow a wheelchair.
okay, so that's a barrier, we can solve that. I'll be happy to take that one, and
Thank
we'll
you.
figure out if we need to get one, or I'll bring it back to the huddle and let you guys know where we landed. We'll have to maybe put a tracker on our wheelchair or something. Okay, thank you so much. Anything anybody needs that we need to raise for ensuring our care will be safe and effective today? Any worries or concerns as you look at your patients coming in?
Do we have an estimated time for the robo-nurse?
Yeah, it's a good question. I actually don't, but that's another thing. Danny, would you mind following up on that for us? Okay.
Absolutely.
Super, we'll find out. For the rest of the week, our staffing, any concerns that you're aware of that we haven't planned for the rest of the week?
No, since we have an MA out sick today though, we'll go ahead and pre-plan for the rest of the week just in case she doesn't come in.
I love that, thank you so much. Thank you. As a reminder for our experience, we're in the sprint for duration. Who can coach the team, remind the team why duration's important?
take that on.
Can you tell the team this morning?
Yes, so duration of time relieves some of the anxiety for our patients. You know, they come here, they have a scheduled time, and often they do that according to their schedule. So we wanna make sure that as we're moving through the visit, if the provider is running a little bit behind, that we give them an estimated time on that, and we continue to follow up. It reminds them that we have not forgotten about them, and that we're gonna provide them that same level of care once the physician gets to them. But it relieves a little bit of that anxiety of them waiting for so long in the space.
Thank you so much. Perfect. Any questions, anybody? Okay, our surveys tell us this is one of the most important things. Keep me informed. Patients are much more accommodating if they just know what to anticipate. We have a patient flagged up purple at 1 p.m. Does anyone know the plan for that patient?
No, I'll have to follow up on it.
Okay. If somebody, would you mind taking that, Jeremy, and then we can talk about it after the huddle? We wanna make sure we have what we need. Working really hard on our specimen labeling. Remember everyone, specimens should be labeled in the presence of our patients. Make sure you do some quality double checks with your team for patient safety. And then from a metrics perspective, we're doing really well with patient experience, our willingness to recommend. Our clinic is sitting at 76%. We wanna get to 80. It's gonna take each and every one of us to do that. In terms of our new patients, right now to get into this clinic, it's about 33 days. We know we wanna drive that down, which is why we talked earlier about filling your schedules or overfilling the schedules. And then the rest of them we'll leave up there. We can talk about them again tomorrow. So, looks like on the parking lot, somebody wants to have a potluck. Who wrote that?
Me,
Oh,
sorry.
fantastic.
Just for team building, I think we just need to come together and just have some fun.
I think it sounds great. Do you wanna take the lead, create a theme, send something out,
Absolutely.
bring it to the huddle tomorrow?
Definitely.
All right, anything anybody else needs to execute today? I'll be here all morning. Our supervisor Julie will be here in the afternoon. Anything else? All right, go have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.